Have you ever looked back on your life and wondered, where did all that time go? You know, those years you spent chasing after things that never really mattered. Those moments wasted on distractions, regrets, or missed opportunities. What if I told you those wasted years don't have to define your future? That all the time you think you've lost could be redeemed? Yes, even those years filled with mistakes, failures, and seemingly endless wandering. You can reclaim what was stolen from you, no matter how long it's been. But there's a catch. It's going to require something bigger than yourself. Hold on, because what I'm about to share could completely shift your mindset on lost time and wasted potential. Let's start with the truth. Wasted years aren't wasted in God's eyes. Wait, what? Yes, you heard me right. In our human minds, we're quick to slap a label on periods of our lives where nothing seemed to happen, or worse, where everything went wrong. But God doesn't see it that way. In fact, in the Bible, God has a long history of turning mess into meaning. Take Joseph, for instance, betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and then falsely imprisoned. Sounds like a whole lot of wasted years, right? Wrong. What looked like years of pointless suffering was actually God positioning him for greatness. That prison cell, it was the gateway to the palace. And if God can redeem those years for Joseph, he can do the same for you. So why keep watching? Because I'm about to unlock the blueprint to help you take your wasted time and transform it into something meaningful. Your lost years don't have to stay lost. Stick around and you'll learn how. Step 1. Stop mourning the past. Start preparing for the future. Let's face it, the past has a funny way of pulling us in, making us replay the same mistakes over and over in our heads. It's that nagging voice saying, if only I had done this differently. But what does dwelling on those past mistakes really accomplish? Think about it. When you hold on to your past failures, regrets, and missed opportunities, you're living in a prison that you built. But here's the catch. The door has always been open. You just have to choose to walk out. This is why God commands us in Isaiah chapter 43 verse 18 to forget the former things. It's not that he wants us to ignore our past, it's that he wants us to stop dwelling in it. The past is a great teacher, but it's a terrible place to live. Your future, however, is where God is directing you, if you let him. Here's the good news. God doesn't just overlook your past, he redeems it. Even those moments you think were wasted, God can transform into stepping stones for your future. Remember Moses? After killing an Egyptian, Moses fled to the desert for 40 years. 40 years. Think about how long that would have felt. Surely he thought he was done, washed up, and had blown his chance to do anything significant. But God saw those years differently. While Moses was wandering in the wilderness, God was preparing him to lead the Israelites to freedom. So, here's the takeaway. Your wilderness moments are often preparation for your greatest breakthroughs. Stop mourning what's behind you and start preparing for what's ahead. Every wasted year can be a launchpad for your future. Step 2. Align your heart with God's timing. We've all been there, frustrated that things aren't happening according to our timeline. You might be asking, why hasn't this happened yet? Why am I still stuck here? Did I miss my chance? Here's the harsh reality. We live in a world obsessed with instant results. We want everything right now, yesterday even. But God doesn't operate like Amazon Prime. His plans are far deeper than our shallow timelines. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11 reminds us that God makes everything beautiful in its time. But here's the thing. His timing doesn't always align with ours. That delay you've been experiencing, it might not be a delay at all. It might be divine preparation. Think of it this way. When you bake a cake, it needs time to rise. If you take it out of the oven too early, It's a gooey mess. But let it stay in the oven until it's fully done, and you've got something beautiful. God is doing the same with your life. Take Abraham, for example. God promised him that he would be the father of many nations, but Abraham didn't see that promise fulfilled for decades. Can you imagine the frustration, the doubt, the feeling of wasted time? But here's the kicker. God was never late. In fact, he was right on time, Abraham's time. So, when you align your heart with God's timing, you let go of the frustration that comes with missed opportunities or delayed dreams. You start to see that God is never in a rush, but he's always right on time. And when that time comes, trust me, it'll be worth every second of waiting. Step 3. Take back the time with intention. Okay, now we're getting to the part where the rubber meets the road. If you want to redeem your wasted years, you've got to get intentional about how you spend your time from now on. The truth is, too many of us spend our days like loose change, flippantly and without thought. We waste time scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV shows, or getting sucked into endless distractions. But here's the truth. You can't redeem time by wasting it. The Bible calls us to make the most of every opportunity in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 16. This means you've got to seize the day, every single one of them. Start treating your time like it's valuable, because guess what? It is. Every second you spend mindlessly scrolling through your phone is a second you could be investing in your future, your calling, or the lives of others. Here's a practical challenge. Write down your goals, whether it's growing in your faith, starting that business you've been dreaming of, or even spending more time with your family. Put it on paper. Why? Because intention starts with clarity. You can't redeem your time if you don't know what you're working towards. And here's another tip. Start serving others. This might sound counterintuitive, but one of the best ways to redeem your time is by pouring into other people's lives. Jesus said that the greatest among us would be servants, and he lived it out by constantly serving those around him. When you invest in others, you're planting seeds of significance that will grow into something far greater than what you could accomplish on your own. Step 4. Realize that setbacks are actually setups. Here's where things get really interesting. What if I told you that the very things you see as setbacks in your life were actually setups for something greater? You heard me right. What if your failures, detours, and delays were not wasted time, but preparation for your ultimate purpose? Take Ruth, for example. She lost everything: her husband, her future security, and even her home. Most people in her situation would have thrown in the towel, labeling those years as wasted. But Ruth didn't let her setbacks define her. Instead, she faithfully moved forward, even when things didn't make sense. What happened? God took her wasted years and set her up for one of the greatest redemptions in history. She became the great-grandmother of King David, and ultimately part of the lineage of Jesus. The lesson here is simple. Setbacks are setups in disguise. Just because things aren't going the way you planned doesn't mean God isn't working behind the scenes. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the door that closed. What if those were God's way of redirecting you to something better? Every setback is an opportunity for a comeback, and when you start to see life that way, you'll begin to understand that nothing is wasted in God's economy. Step 5. God can accelerate what you think is lost. Let's talk about acceleration. We often think that once time is lost, it's gone forever. But that's not how God works. He's the God of redemption and restoration. In Joel chapter 2, verse 25, God promises, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." Did you catch that? The years. God can restore not just a moment or a day, but years of your life that you thought were gone forever. Here's the mind-blowing part. God can actually accelerate your progress to make up for the time you think you've lost. What took you a decade to mess up, He can restore in a single season. That business you failed to start, that dream you let go of, that purpose you thought was lost, God can bring it back faster than you could ever imagine. Remember the story of Job. He lost everything, his family, his wealth, his health. But in the end, God restored not just what Job had lost, but double. Job's latter years were more blessed than his former years. That's the kind of God we serve. He doesn't just return what's been lost, He multiplies it. So if you think you've wasted too much time to ever get it back, let me remind you, God is the ultimate time redeemer. He's not bound by human clocks or deadlines. He can take what you thought was lost forever and accelerate your progress in ways you never thought possible. Finally, stop watching time pass. Redeem it. Wasted years aren't a death sentence. They are a launching pad for your future, but it's up to you. Are you going to let those years remain wasted, or are you going to step into the redemption God is offering you? The power is in your hands. The choice is yours. Stop waiting for a better time to start. The time is now.